All right. I'm going to reveal all that is by you first. Ooh, oh, I dipped.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, that's right. You can't hear me when I'm back by the computer. Now I'm getting closer to the microphone. I don't have to yell.
You don't have to yell.
Yeah. My watch is already telling me to breathe.
What?
It's not a thing.
No.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Mm-hmm. With a working mic, well, with better sound. We've always had a working microphone. We just didn't know how to use it. That's all me. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in, spring weather. Not too bad.
Cold. Downtown Brevard.
Thank you.
North Carolina. Yeah. I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
She's peeking out from behind what she wants to show off. But since I'm standing, I'm going to show this off first.
It's fine. I'm not in any
Look,
rush.
I can hide my end and then it looks like a finished piece. This is my Iris Shawl. I tried to take a break this weekend. I didn't post on social media. That's as far as my break went. I didn't do as furiously knitting things as usual, but I did just late last night finish off my Iris Shawl.
It looks so cool. It's
fun. I'm going to show you all the span, but look how comfy and cozy. It's not huge, but it's only one skein. Look, there's my other end. Tuck that under. Look, there's my other end. It's one skein each of a solid of Juniper Moon Cumulus and a rainbow. My rainbow one was neutral, one that changes color through the whole skein. We have a bunch of kits online. It's fantastic. She cautions, like, you don't, shawls gauge whatever is my thought, but it's not as essential. But she cautions that you may run out of yarn. I really love this black at the end, so I did an extra couple of rows because I had yarn left. This is how much yarn I had left from each skein when I was done. So yeah, someone with a looser gauge than me might run out of yarn.
But enough for a sad looking tassel.
Would you like me to put a sad looking tassel on my shawl?
No.
But yes, she's correct. So it's an asymmetrical, look how pretty that is though. It looks like you're using all these colors, but you're not. It's an asymmetrical shawl. There's a couple of things I really do like about this. I'm going to hold it the way that she has it in her photos, right? Here's what I like about this. There's two things. There's one solid and one variegated long color change yarn. It means that it looks like you're doing a whole lot more work than you are. In that it looks like you keep changing colors. We got one constant and one that is always changing in it. And then the other thing that is kind of genius about this shawl, that's really fun. It's almost hard to see down at this end because the colors are similar when I first started, but it's all garter. So it's easy. That's a third thing. It's easy. It's all knitting. At the beginning of your wrong side rows, you knit front and back. Then what makes this kind of genius for either a beginner or someone who needs a mindless knit is when it's thin this way, the stripes are also thin. It's just one row back and forth, change color, one row back and forth. You're carrying the yarn. I'll show that in just a second. As it gets wider, the shawl itself gets wider, has more stitches on your needle. The stripes get thicker. So there's a section here where it's 4 rows instead of 2 of each color. And then you get to a certain point and you start doing 3 rows of each color. And then 4, and then 5. And it's so gentle. It's such a gentle change that it's just, look at that. So pretty. Even more striking in the colors that she wrote it for, which was a black solid and a bright rainbow color changing. But you know me, I just had to change it up a little bit. So, and the dark on this, which Liz wants to talk about, only came in right at the very end. So, and I was like, oh, it's such glorious black. I think I can get one more row out of it. So I did. What you took you had an intake of breath. What would you like to say?
I was going to say, if you wanted a Liz size, do 2 balls. I mean, it's really not that far across by the time you finish.
It was like 120 stitches or something.
Yeah. So take 2 balls. It would be ginormous, But it would be so comfy, and
it would be Liz sized.
It would be Liz size.
For me, it's me sized. It's good for a scarf, for a wrap around. Like if I wanted to wrap this around my shoulders, it's cozy, but it's not huge. Even that's fun. Look at that. Got thick stripes and thin stripes. It's kind of fun. Before I sit down, I do want to show you, there's different ways to carry the yarn, and I tried flipping them different ways. And finally, it's slightly visible on the front, but I didn't cut the yarn. I would have run out of yarn then. But see, on the back side, you can see it a little more, how I twisted them around each other more as it got up to the top. If you look really hard, you can see it on the front side, especially with the black here, but it doesn't show very much. If you wanted to, you can get a third skein of yarn and do some edging on it, but I'm good. So again, asymmetrical shawl where you just start little and you keep adding stitches and you end up with, it's not perfect symmetry if I hold it out. This side is a lot longer than this side if I put the point in the middle, right? But if I put the point in the middle and wrap around, I get what I was wearing. Whoop, let me fuss with this a little bit. I get what I was wearing when I first turned the camera on. And I like this very much. I think it's really super cute. I'm going to wear it. Because I didn't put anything else on today. I can even tighten it up a little if I want to, so you can see some of the little side over here. Different ways to wear it. So you can see it for the rest of the show. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I finished something this weekend. It took until Monday night because I did work on some other things, which we'll show off if we have time. We got started a little late today because life. And we do have a 10 o'clock appointment. So we'll just see where we get to. But, you know, some people stop watching 10 minutes in anyway. So
it's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
I finished a project.
You did, and it's beautiful. And I want you to show it off. Yay. This is so much more work than what I did.
All I did this weekend.
And she kept saying to me, you're so fast. You're knitting so fast. I'm like, you're getting like beautiful things accomplished that are much bigger than what I'm doing. Should I help you hold it off?
Sunset.
Let me hang on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. It's just so.
We hold it up high.
It's so Liz size.
It's Liz size. Ready? Keep going. Nope. Come back towards me a little bit. And then she's jingling. She's wearing ankle bracelets.
Come back towards you.
Hold higher, because they can see at the bottom. That's so pretty. Okay. Then we need to see your face so you can talk about it. Then we'll hold it back up again.
It's my sunset shawl. It's just ginormous, and like night coming, sunset all the way down. And then I think I have to hold this up closer so they can see the sun. There's the sun in between where
so much
it transitions
more warm
to green
and gooey and lovely than it shows up on camera. I might try to edit the photo, the video color, but that's hard.
And then
to get right.
I ran out of green. And so I did Catching Fireflies down here at the bottom.
Daydream Dye Works.
Daydream Dye Works.
That might be a good transition.
I ran out of brown. I ran out of like lots. I have a little bit of sunset.
It's so
left.
pretty. And okay, not to like, welch on you, but when she showed up at the shop, she's like, I don't know, there's not that much green. I like it to show like just a little bit of the hills and the mountains at the bottom and lots of sunset. I think it's beautiful. It's like a mirror image sunset because there's two suns, like each half, but it's like a sunset viewed through a window or a mirror. Which is what you were going for. Anyway, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I'm trying to find, we'll try to find a good, I'm in the shot and you're not. That's it right there. That's probably going to be our cover photo, our thumbnail for this. If I can find that again, right? That's maybe at 10, 15 minutes in. Okay. So
there was that. And
gorgeous.
That was all I got done this week.
And most of that was DK or worsted weight, right?
Worsted was the contrast, the brown, and then the rest was DK.
So for people wondering, can I make a papillon out of a different weight of yarn? Yes.
You can make a papillon out of a couple different weights of yarn at the same time.
You could make one out of super bulky yarn.
You could.
It'd be huge.
It would.
Okay.
I personally, you'd have to be like a giant, because super bulky would be like on a size 15. And of course, by a giant, I mean anyone over 5'5". I'm 5 foot. So like a 9, maybe a 10.5 is about as big as I can go.
You know, a wall hanging, modern art.
It would be awesome.
Okay, so I'm gonna run through a few other things that I worked on this week or weekend, and then we have
you accomplished so much more than me.
No, a lot of this is minuscule. This one looks like a lot, but it's not, because I started it in secret a while ago, and it's still half secret. But people are starting to post about it on social media, so I think it's okay to tell you all about it. We probably won't have kits out for another week or so. So local yarn store day is this Saturday. We will not be open because we are not changing our pandemic hours, because we're still in a pandemic. We accidentally scheduled our sit and stitch the same day as what it turned out to be local yarn store day.
Because we didn't know it was local yarn store day until after we scheduled our sit and stitch.
So that's where we'll be on the 17th on this Saturday. So join us, and we'll have sales and stuff. So, and by the way, that, you know, don't let me forget, we need to talk about our sale.
I won't.
We hit 500 subscribers. Hang on to that. We'll talk about it at the end. I mean, we could be celebrating this whole time. Woo! I should have started with that, but we're tired and we forgot. It's so amazing we forgot. We'll circle back to that at the end. Keep watching. But so local yarn store day. Casa Pinka, for a few years running now, since local yarn store day started about 2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago. I think it was my first year in business. She released a free pattern in conjunction. Now, she didn't know it was the 17th either. So she is releasing a free pattern the last weekend in April. This pattern will not be available locally this weekend. Don't bug her about it. It won't be available, please. Because then she can't get it done for when it will be available. But she's calling it a noncho. I mean, this says an unponcho, but I think she switched it. This is an early thing. I think she switched it to a noncho. It's stripy because she doesn't write ponchos. They look like ponchos, but she doesn't call them ponchos. It's stripy. It has really cute increases in it. This picture is not a yarn we carry, but we're looking into options that are kind of like her picture. And one of the closest ones that we have, it's written for DK weight, by the way. I think she's going to release a fingering weight version as well, but we're going to mostly make kits for DK weight. And if you're really like, oh, but I want fingering, contact us. So she's still doing a free promo of free pattern with yarn purchase to support local yarn stores, but it will be the last weekend. It'll be like April 30th through May 2nd is when the codes will work on Ravelry. And we will start listing kits available for sale as soon as we get those codes, which will probably be the week of, like the 25th or something.
Don't ask us questions about the fingering weight until we get the codes.
Until we know.
Because
until we know what's going on. We won't.
Yeah,
but
don't contact her.
Don't bug her, because then she won't get it done. Oh no.
It's a lot.
But what's really cool about this from far away, for if you can see it, is it's got some fun eyelet type increases, which I did on mine up here. They're really fun. And then it has some chonky stripes that give you a nice almost chevron shape, because they're only happening in the front and the back. The increases for like the rest of the poncho, once you hit the stripes, is only in the front and the back to give it a nice V shape. But it's not poncho. So so one DK yarn we had that Liz went ooh, and I went ooh when she pointed out to me, is Chi Chi. Chi Chi is alpaca and I want to say linen. It's a funky blend. So it's both cool and warm. And it's tweedy. And we have an off-white and a really nice aqua. So I've just started my stripies. It's on a needle that's really way too small to show it off in full force. But I'm super excited about it. And I hope to. I'm going to finish it before we release the kits, so you can see what they look like. But we're going to have all fun color combos, not just this color combo. So you can pick the one that works for you.
And she she's got the trim.
I'm like, ooh.
The trim can be separate. Like the
she has different options. You can make it, the trim only takes like 100 yards or so. So it's not a lot of yarn. So if you want to do it without the colorful trim, we're going to try to put together options. It's going to take us a couple of weeks just to try to figure out options and listings and offer it to you with or without the trim. So Liz is raising a very good point. Your colors of your dress are almost coordinating with this.
Coordinating.
But we figured this is a skein of Sammy, which is an organic light DK cotton, which I thought would make a really nice top and bottom for this. And I'm guessing on what size is going to fit me. We're going to see. So the gauge was a little wonky for me to get gauge. But that meant I just altered the size because it's not like there's sleeves and things that need to fit that way. It just needs to fit over my head. So that's what I've been working on. That's our sneak peek of a Casa Pinka thing for the end of the month. Stay tuned. We'll have more details as that becomes closer. And I don't want to do all our sales in one day. We're going to do a sale for a local yarn store day that weekend, but we'll probably talk about it tomorrow because we have more important sales to talk about today. No, we'll probably talk about it Thursday because we have things to talk about tomorrow too.
We do.
So many sales. Oh my gosh. Let me just really quickly. 2 other things I worked on kind of over the weekend. One is more exciting than the other. So I made a little progress on, I thought I might even finish it. The crochet that I drug out of 2-year timeout. I'm using a blue crochet hook. I think it's our last one in this size. I have to order more. It's a D. It's teeny.
I'm using a blue one too.
Yes, but she doesn't believe in D's. You do, but
I've used them, but
yeah. So this is the bamboo. Actually, I have a couple more things to show off real quick. Bamboo pop. Thank you. I've lost my train of thought because there's too many things to talk about.
Sorry.
Bamboo pop is our product of the week until tomorrow. So last chance to get the 15% off. Although the sale we talk about at the end is going to override that, but whatever. If you don't make it to the end of this video, 15% off this yarn until tomorrow. I had just, when I showed it off before, or like said, look, it's a shawl I was crocheting with bamboo pop. I think I had just started the ink blue, which is this teal color, and I've made it further.
Oh my gosh.
I was thinking I'd finish this thing, but there's a whole nother even bigger part of this raspberry color and then stripies at the bottom. And I probably was going to run out of yarn. So I took a break from it again, but not a 2-year break this time. But I started the next bobble section. So if you look down here at the corner, you can see more bobbles going in. It's really fun, but the rows are starting to get really long now. It's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge when it's done. Because right now I can stretch out my whole wingspan for it. It's going to be bigger than that.
The nice thing about that shawl is because there's not a whole lot of lace work, you don't have to block it. So if it comes out huge, you might not want to block it.
And sometimes blocking with cotton doesn't change very much. Like this I could block, but I don't know if I really need to. Garter, don't always need to. So, okay, so I worked on that. And I got so little done on this. This was my morning meditation this morning. That's why I said I have 2 things to show off. This is the top made with Belviso, which is the other yarn that is going to not be 15% off as of tomorrow, because we'll talk about new yarns. And I just started, because other things took priority over the weekend, but I just started doing the texture on this. It's really fun. 3 to 6 skeins of this. I will send you a free pattern for this.
I like it.
Yeah, I did a gauge swatch on the needle that it called for, a 3, and I was not getting a tight enough gauge, and I didn't want to go smaller, but this is actually on a 2, and I like how it looks. I did go smaller, but Liz talked me into not worrying about the size I was making, because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get gauge, and then I don't know what size to make, and she said, well, are you really going to wear this top? Let me show you. Oh, that's the other.
It's a cute top.
It's a cute top, but it's not a me top. It's not one that I would wear. It's very lacy and open, and the neck is really wide. And I don't think it would look good over a t-shirt. And I'm not comfortable in wearing a tank top under it.
It's the kind of shirt that looks good over a tank top or
like a bathing suit. And this is a great plant fiber. It's good for Florida. Not really a me thing.
It's a gorgeous top.
Yes, it is a gorgeous top. It's just not a me thing. I mean, we can
over
over
a t-shirt would kind of look silly.
Would look silly. And I know there's many of you out there that see the things that I make for myself and go, that's not a me thing, So I'm still going to make this to show off the yarn, but Liz talked me into making the small size. I'm going to make the extra small, which will not fit me, but will look really pretty on one of our little IKEA mannequin forms that you can find in the kids section.
At IKEA.
So, so we'll show it off on the mannequin when I finish it, if I ever finish it, because I have a million things going.
And we don't have a lot of summer tops displayed in the shop.
So. And so it's going to be a shop sample, not I'm going to wear it shop sample.
Yeah.
Which, I got in this habit of starting to make things that actually fit me, which is awesome. But there's something to be said for having things that will fit on a hanger nicely instead of being ginormous on a hanger because they fit me. Moving on. The last thing I wanted to show off is I am making some progress on and the yarn's all stuck in there, but Big Sully, which the tray is off kilter because I drove here. Keeping my 2 skeins. I actually might need new skeins of this soon. I'm still on my first 2 skeins of yarn for my golden fern, which is a sweater I am making to fit me. It'll probably actually be very roomy and comfy on me. This has been my go-to while I am at evening sit and stitch to make progress on it, to get over losing the will to knit. I separated just over a week ago or so for the sleeves, and now I've gotten a good 4 inches below the sleeves. So only maybe 3 more inches, and somewhere between 7 and 8 inches, I want to start the color work because I'm supposed to do the color work. The directions say 7.5 inches from the bottom. I'd like to have, coverage of the muffin top. So I'm not doing the crop version, but I do still have a few inches. I'm getting a couple of inches every knit night if I just sit down and work on this. So we'll see. Tonight is knit night, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the shop Zoom code. The code to get into Zoom is the shop phone number, 828-877-3550. And see if I'm working on this or something else. But if I work on it for a couple more knit nights, I should be to the colored part, which is really exciting.
Well, and the nice thing is it's a completely easy knit at this point. Mm-hmm. It's just knitting
until
and knitting
I get to the color part. I was a little worried if I kept going, I might run out of yarn. I think there's still some left in there. I mean, I have more yarn for it, but I didn't have it at home. So this is coming along. I just wanted to show that off before we talk about the other fun thing that happened this weekend. The only business thing I did this weekend other than knit. I met our indie dyer, Emerald, who does Daydream Dye Works. Shout out to Emerald. Hi. And I met her off property. I joked in my newsletter, I did a prisoner exchange with her. That's what we used to call it when I wouldn't let Liz come in during the official lockdown. And she wanted to drop off coffee to keep me alive. It was a prisoner exchange because we did it outside, socially distant. In fact, at the beginning, you would put the coffee down and back away, and I'd go pick it up.
there were times that it was a literal prisoner exchange because I'd call and order yarn too. I'd be like, "Hey, I need yarn.
Leave the yarn. I'll leave the coffee. You do it first."
And walk to the middle of the bridge.
We would do it on the back parking lot. So. It was more convenient to do it near Conisty at one of the gates. And so I got new yarn from Emerald. Yay. And it's not in the system yet. I was going to try to do that last night. And some may have already disappeared. I don't know how that happened. But I thought we could show off some colors. I don't know. My back was turned. I thought we could show off some colors. Oh, and by the way, we got Fluffy, the faux fur. We finally got in white. Now that it's like not winter at all anymore, if you would like to
find room for this, I have no room. Well, maybe
put it in a box in front of it or something. I don't know.
What? That's not a thing.
If you want to make something that's fluffy and feels like it's a furry animal, but you didn't harm any furry animals, we have that in white. We have. It's called For Real. It's on our website. We have all these cool colors, but now we have white. It's really, really super cute. And I'll check that later. Okay. So that is not Daydream Dye Works, but we just wanted to acknowledge its existence. It came to my house this weekend. Everything's happening at home right now. Knitting Fever sometimes just doesn't believe that the shop exists and send things to my house. So, but now it's here. Where do you want to start? Everything we got in from Daydream Dye Works, by the way, is fingering weight. That's sparkly. So we're doing dragon base ish first. Sparkly dragon base. Stardust has the blue skies and the pops of color at the bottom. I will be taking photos of this as I can today. I'm hoping by the end of the day it'll be up online. If you're local, come knock on the door and shop outside and we'll bring some out to you if you don't want to make an appointment and scarf it up. So
Prom Queen Scream.
Oh, people know that color. That one's really fun and bright.
Sunset Cloudbreak.
Sunset Cloudbreak is one of our most popular colors. It's gray and white with like this
Pops
really
of
intense
sunset.
pops of yellow and pink. And oh my gosh.
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. Oh, this when I saw it was so pretty. And I think we've had it before, but maybe not in the sparkling.
Fingering. Or
This
on
has
just
grays and more intense aqua, teals, and yellows. So like if you compare Harvest Moon to Sunset Cloudbreak, it's much more intense. It's so pretty.
The
This
last
is my
sparkle.
problem with Daydream Dye Works is I love her stuff so much and I have so little for myself because it's so pretty. It just flies right out the door again. So.
May. That's our last sparkle.
May is really bright green and then some almost like raspberry burgundies and oh, it's just so pretty. So pretty.
So 9 to 5 is next. Just Bite Me, of course.
Yes, we were out of Just Bite Me, so we got more in. I think we might have gotten 4 skeins in. I don't know. I don't have the invoice. She emailed me the invoice. That's what I'm going to work on today. 9 to 5 is our straight up. There's no sparkle. It is sock content. It is superwash merino and nylon. So Just Bite Me is our shop colorway. Transylvania County. Just Bite Me. Get it? Get it? It's so pretty.
Frog Song.
Frog Song, she said, is the new color. It is gorgeous. It's the new to us, and I think maybe new to her. She might have them in her shop too. It's got blues, but it's got intense greens. It's just, I'm thinking of frogs and algae and all this good stuff. Pond yumminess. I should be reminding y'all there's so many one skein shawl patterns that, lighter than this with lightweight hipster, Raina. There's a couple other new ones that have come out. One skein of this will get you something really fun, especially in knit.
Prom Queen Scream.
Same thing without the sparkles. So yeah, if you scarf both, we get a lot of these in batches of 2 skeins at a time of a color. But if only 1 skein is left when you go look online, you can still do something with 1 skein.
Weekend Away.
That's gorgeous. I don't think we've had that in the shop.
I don't think we've had that in the shop.
I think she's dyed it before. But
oh yeah.
We've got like fuchsias and burgundies and
greeny teals
and tealy greens. Yes. It's just so pretty.
The Quest
we have had before and we have instantly sold out of. It's got like navies and reds and blues and dark and broody.
Casting Spells.
That jumped out at me when I opened up the that's very Halloween-y color. It's really intense and vibrant and
parts are neon.
Someone is going to love that.
Then we have May.
Sunset. So May on sparkle or without sparkle. We have both. We have Sunset Cloudbreak in there, don't we? I knew you were going to notice that. Sunset Cloudbreak without the sparkle, which is super gorgeous. It's like mostly gray and then this pop in the
More
twist.
Just Bite Me.
More Just Bite Me, which, yes. I know what she's looking at.
November.
Wait. We're going into tweed.
We're going into tweed.
BFL tweed. Blueface Leicester. It's just as soft as merino, in my opinion. But it's got the Donegal nap of tweed in it. I have some 9 to 5 November at home. I might have to make something out of it to show off this color. November is dark and broody, but it has a little bit of orangey, yellowy goodness in it. And my birthday's in November, so yay.
August.
She still hasn't gotten to what she was gasping about. I know what she was gasping about, and she's gonna have to let someone else buy it. Okay, August and November, like more reds, more almost greens to it. Just to, yeah. Is that what you were gasping
That's
about?
probably what I was gasping about.
Blood Moon.
No, it's Blossom.
Oh, it's Blossom.
Tweed.
That's right. I can't
Blossom
keep
on
colors
Tweed.
straight.
So Blossom on her Tweed
I knew that's
base
what I knew this one was the one she was gasping about.
is more grayed.
The BFL Tweed base is grays out colors a little bit. So this Blossom, when it's not on the BFL, is super pink, and this is kind of a gray pink. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Again, I will do my best with photos to take good colors.
I cannot guarantee that one or both of these, because anyway, this is Frog Song on Tweed, but
it's gorgeous. It's all gorgeous. I will just have to have her dye us more, because if someone scarfs it before you can,
this was a 9 to 5 Flutterby.
We have not had Flutterby for a little. I knew there was something missing. Flutterby just has these gorgeous tones to it. This one looks darker than the Flutterby I made a butterfly cowl out of.
Night Unfurls on Tweed.
Night Unfurls has the blues of Just Bite Me, but then it's got pinks. Like
we did get Flutterby in Tweed.
Yes, we did. And it's really dark and intense. Like it's much, because again, it's grayed out on this base. It's beautiful. We have this intense richness to a lot of the colors she did for us this time. Just Bite Me in the Tweed, because we were out and I didn't realize.
And Harvest Moon.
Okay, so
on Tweed.
Harvest Moon with sparklies and Harvest Moon on the Tweed. And I know it's really far away from the camera, but it has grays in it, which work really well for the Tweed, but then the intenseness, the richness of the color with the sparkles works really well too. It's so exciting. I'm so excited. And if she doesn't scarf them, which again, there's like at least one color here that isn't here. It just doesn't exist for the shop, because I was about to say, it somehow has been bogarted already.
Somehow. I don't know how that happened.
If the sales of this go well, I'm going to have to order more of, if I can remember the colors I like, the colors we like from her. Liz, you might have to make a list. Like the one you are fondling right now, might have to request.
I'm debating. I might put one back or swap. I don't know.
Look for a mystery color online and you'll know if she did. They're gorgeous. They don't stay long in the shop. Like if I look over at, we had like less than one side of a small twisty left of her yarn, and I don't know where this is all going because we rearranged, but that's Liz's problem, not mine.
That's why I get Bogart.
Yeah, she's earned the right. So she needs to make space. She's helping us make space for display. Anyway, which brings us to, like, we did not show this off on a Wednesday. So when it would be product of the week. And one of the reasons that we don't have to do that, because you can save even more, because we are announcing a sale. Because, yes, Liz is very excited about this. So am I. I just, we are at 503 subscribers. I just double checked. That's what we were last night too. Shout out to Carol. She gets to claim rights, her family, because she asked her husband, are you subscribed yet? And he was officially, I think, our 500th subscriber to push us to the sale range we were talking about.
We also
and then
have
a few other people.
Mary Lou, Florida.
Mary Lou, shout out to Mary Lou. And if you go to our videos, you can see her comments. She scrounged up some friends to subscribe. So thank you, Mary Lou, because without y'all, we would not be here today. But that happened on like Friday, and everyone got all excited online. And I said, we will announce it Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. So we are going to have a sale because we're going to say, yay, we hit 500. That is awesome. I mean, we want to shoot for the stars and get even more subscribers. So we'll have to set another goal soon. But we've hit this one, and we kept promising if we hit this one, we would have a sale. And this is just for you all. And we decided we're going to celebrate it for a while. This sale is going to last 2 weeks. So from this Tuesday, let me get my calendar up. And I know there's people out there shouting, but what's the code? I don't care. I'm going to go online. What's the code? Remember, that yarn's not up there yet. I don't think I put any limits on this. You can use this as many times as you want. Please be gentle and kind to us and buy us out of things so we can buy more things. But let's see.
The support me sale bin boxes.
Yes, if you get a surprise me sale bin support box, those are already greatly reduced. If you decide to use the code to get 25% off for your whole entire shopping spree, and there's a support box in there, like let's take a large amount. Let's say you're going to get $100 box, which we don't actually sell, but and you're like, ooh, I'm going to save extra money. Instead of, so a regularly $100 box would have $200 worth of yarn in it from our sale bins, from things we're moving out of the shop. But it's a great bargain because it's good yarn. It's just yarn we're not selling anymore. You would not still get $200 worth of face value yarn, because a 25% off sale would lower the value of the box you're buying to $75. Therefore, what is inside it would have a face value of $150. I hope that makes sense. You're not like suddenly like, I'm going to save 75% on this, but no, you're going to get what is twice the value of what you paid for a surprise me sale bin support box. Still, everybody's winning. It's great. So if you want to do that, you're gonna have to buy two $50 boxes, because the largest value I think of box we have online for sale is $60. Anyway, but starting today on the 13th of April, it will run through the 27th of April. It will almost run through the end of the month, which is pretty awesome. And here's the code. Oh, and our appointment is coming in 10 minutes, so I got to wrap up. Here's the code. It's not super complicated. It's Sideshow 500. Makes sense, right? I like logical things like that. So it means you can figure out all the codes we're ever going to have in the future. No, not really. Sideshow 500. So SIDESHOW numbers 500. No spaces, just the word Sideshow 500 as numbers right after that. I'm not even going to put it in the comments on this, because then someone doesn't have to watch the video, and what's the fun in that? So Sideshow 500. You can always email us if there's a problem with it, but it should work. SIDESHOW 500 is the code to save you 25% off online purchases. You can, if you're local, come to the shop and mention Sideshow 500, and you can also for the next 2 weeks save at the shop. But remember, our policies haven't changed. We are still keeping you and us safe, and keeping traffic flow manageable by asking you to sign up to come inside. You get wonderful personalized attention if you do so. Or if you don't know your schedule and you don't mind shopping outside, we're pretty good at that too. You can just stop by.
We try and do wonderful personalized attention outside.
Yep. We do prioritize people who sign up to come in, because it's not hard and it doesn't cost anything. And then we can help you inside, and it's much easier. Although for some shoppers, inside gets overwhelming. We have so much yarn here. We know our shop. We can help you prioritize what you want to look at or what you think you might want to look at. And we can do that outside. We've brought half the shop outside. It works. We didn't let anyone in until last November. And somehow we had a lot of really happy customers. So, it does mean a little bit of patience on everyone's part. But even when the shop was wide open, you needed some patience when there were too many people in here, So anyway, we're going to go, because we have a shopping appointment coming in, and we had so many fun things we wanted to talk about. Come join Knit Night tonight with the shop phone number. That will be in the comments. Enjoy our sale for the next 2 weeks. We are still going to mention things that for the next week, we'll still have our VSC tomorrow. We'll probably mention our sale tomorrow, but we might just keep it to the VSC. There's other things happening tomorrow too, which we'll talk about tomorrow.
Other things?
What? Anyway, you'll have to watch tomorrow to find out. Ha! And just a note that these sales cannot be combined. So you can't use product of the week and Sideshow 500. You got to pick and choose. And obviously
some of that's out of our hands, because the system will only let you stick in one code.
Yeah. And same thing when you were ringing up things here at the shop. I'm not doing extra math on that. And I'm sorry, pick the bigger discount if you want to save. You pick the discount you want to use. It's fine. It's, we're rewarding everybody. Yay. I love it. So, and then Thursday we'll have a Dear Becky and Lizzy. And if we don't get any questions, we will
Find something.
we'll find something to talk about. I don't think we ever have problems finding something to talk about.
Us.
You might not enjoy it as much if you haven't asked us a question, but we're going to talk about something. So, so that's this week. We always have Sit and Stitch on Friday. We'll have more details. There's things in the comments, but we got to go so we can be ready for what will probably be a crazy day. So I can even have a chance of getting those photographed and up online. So if you are local and you really want to try to get those before they go up online, you're going to have to come knock on the door and wait patiently. And I'll do my best to get things up online so the feeding frenzy can begin.
I think I'm done, Brevard. Mate.
That's not a thing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Okay. We will see you all tomorrow. We love you and we miss you. And please subscribe if you haven't already, because we could be heading towards another sale. You could help us reach another sale and another victory. And our next benchmark is probably going to be 600. We might inch our way towards. Wouldn't 1,000 be awesome? Oh my God, it'd be so cool. Just, I don't know. It's a random number, but it's not random for YouTube's algorithms. I will be perfectly honest, but it's just a cool look to hit like triple digits, or no, quadruple instead of triple. Don't mind me. I still need more sleep. Everybody be safe. Get your vaccines and your masks wearing on and all that good stuff. And come visit us if you're local. We'll say hi. Come to Zoom if you're not. We'll say hi. So, our appointment's already here, even though she's early. So we're going to wrap it up and ask her to wait outside for a couple more minutes. Bye.
We both left at the same